Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to show you how you can create thumbnails such as these. Now, these types of thumbnails are not too difficult to create, believe it or not. We can absolutely create something that even transcends this one right here using the same principles. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first thing is first is I want you to do this. Now, this doesn't involve way too many frames. It could be very simple. Now, the image here, we're going to focus on it first. So I have some images of myself right here in the uploads. And if I basically go and look for my name, probably going to find a couple of images of myself. So there's a couple of images, like I said. And this is pretty much an image of me back 3 years ago, something like this. I don't really remember exactly. But I want you to do the following. I want you to actually take an image of yourself. You could take it with your iPhone, with any, to be honest, you could take it with anything, right? And if you want to create a professional image that looks something such as this, I can help you turn it to something such as that. So first off, go to canva.com, click custom size. Make sure you go with something that's 2000 by approximately 2000 the same as well. Put your image in there, right? So it's easy to actually upload any image into Canva once you have the file. Now, put your image in here, and we're going to use Midjourney. If you don't have Midjourney, use an image of another person that you find in Canva. There's plenty of images that you can find. But in case you want to actually seek excellence, in case you want to create your own images, professional images that is, then follow what I'm going to teach you. So here, basically what I'm doing is just scaling this image. I don't need to scale it that much. Just put it somewhere like that. And then I'm going to go over here and click the download button. And I want to download this just like this. So I'm going to go to Midjourney, and I want you to do the following. I want you to go right back here into this plus icon, add a server. Now, once you add a server, click on Create My Own for me and my friends. Name it whatever you want to name it. I'm going to name it Thumbnail Server. Viral Thumbnails Server. Now, you can add an image right there to your server so that you can people know you with that image, but I'm just going to click Create. Right, once you've created the server, the first thing you need to do is to invite the Midjourney bot into the server. So you can go here to Midjourney, click on Midjourney, and then make sure you do the following. So on the left side, there is the Midjourney bot app. Click, or on the right side, click, and make sure you click Add App. And then you want to go and actually add it to a server. And this server, you can select it as this new server that I created, which is the viral thumbnail server, and click Continue. The reason why you want to add the Midjourney app to the server, because otherwise you will not be able to generate images on that server. And it's actually important to be able to generate images on that server. So I'm going to click I am human. And basically this is going to, all right, so I'm going to go to viral thumbnail server. Now the Midjourney bot has been invited, but this is not done yet. There is a app, which basically it's a Discord app. Yeah, it's a Discord app. I'll share the link with you in the resources. If you don't find it, let me know in the comments about it. And I want you to copy this link right here in the chat and click on enter, and then go and click on the link once you copy paste it, and then click continue, authorize, and that's it. Now you need to put your image here. So we need to make Discord or this server know that this is our image that we want you to use to swap with any other image. Okay. So I'm still in the server. What I want you to do is to click on the slash set ID, and you want to go ahead and give yourself an ID name. So let's just set the ID as Hamza. And then you want to go ahead and then click on slash, and you want to go and click save ID now. And you want to go and upload the image which you have of yourself, your own picture. So I'm going to upload my own picture. There it is. And once I upload my own picture, I'm going to click, the ID name is Hamza, which is the same as the one I set here. And I'm going to click enter. So now this is going to know, okay, this Hamza picture is Hamza. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Now what we need to do is we need to create an image. So I'm going to click slash imagine professional Indian man with black hair and a great black costume and a red shirt, looking sharp and charismatic, looking directly at the camera. And I can add more. I can say hyphen AR 16 by 9 inches plus Okay, let me go back. I didn't add the numbers there. 16 by 9 inches. And at the beginning, I could say upper body professional Indian man, or upper body photo, upper body realistic photo of a professional Indian man. And I'm going to click enter. So now what Midjourney is going to do is going to generate a picture of an upper body realistic photo of a professional Indian man. And whatever person Midjourney generates a picture of, I'm going to swap my face with that person. All right, so we have a bunch of pictures here. So supposing you like the, I don't know, maybe you like the one here or this one. To be honest, you could like anyone. But I think that this one is good. The third one is good. So I'm going to go and upscale it. So the third one has been upscaled. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and save this image as. I'd save it to my computer. I'm just going to save it because I'm going to use it. Click save. And now, once you've saved it, click slash and then click swap ID. Put your ID name, which is the same name you've given to your image. And then go and click to drag the image of the Indian guy. Right, like this. And once you've added your image, just click on enter. And that's it. So now it's going to take a couple of seconds for the Insight Face app to swap your face. And you can see that it actually gave me two images. And this is me swapping my face with another person. So it actually removes the beard for you. So don't worry about that. Even if a person has a beard or a mustache, it's going to remove it. So I'll go with this one. I think this one is a pretty cool image. So I'll actually go ahead and save this image as. It's a very high quality image, and I'll save it to my downloads like this. Now, after I've saved the image, I can now go back into the Canva project, and here's the thing. Now, let me just remove my own image from here, and I'm going to go to upload. I'm just going to upload the image which I have just created right now. There it is, right? So I'm going to add the image here, and I'm going to eliminate the background off of it. So it's pretty much in a similar way to the other image, looking kind of similar, the same pause, the same way, the same look, and I'm going to remove the background. Now, of course, this needs extensive editing, but first of all, before editing this, I need to scale it precisely like so, put it right there. Now, if you look at this image here, if you want to get images like this, let's say you don't want to use your own face, you can go to elements and you can say, man close-up looking. And you can go to photos and you'll find a lot of pictures. For example, you can use this one, or you can use this one. So there's a lot of pictures that you can use instead of your own picture, and you can find them here. You just have to look, right? For example, you can use this one, except for you can make it a lot bigger. Now, why did I come here? You can make it bigger and actually focus more on this, and even remove the background. But in my case, I'm going to use my own image. So I'm going to go and click edit this image. I'm going to go to the adjustments. I'm going to auto adjust it, make it a completely different image. I'm going to add the adjustments. And you can see that while adding the adjustments, we're kind of improving the image quality. It's kind of looking sharper than ever. And I think that you get the point. So now we have the image and it's looking quite sharp. Now, after adding the image, I need to actually separate the image from the background. So in order to do that, I'm going to click edit image. I'm going to add a shadow. I'm going to add a glowing shadow, green glowing shadow. So I'm going to go for green. This is the kind of green. I'm going to decrease the blur amount, decrease the size, well, a little bit more. And you can increase the intensity or decrease the intensity however you wish. And now you have your image. Now this image has to be in the center, but it has to be positioned well in a way that it doesn't show leaks. And it has to be evenly positioned. I think that this way it's evenly positioned. And you can, by the way, you can crop the extra part, the extra sides. Those are not important. That also gives us some space. And once you've cropped those extra parts, you can go and lock this image for good. And now what you need to do is to write day one, estimated revenue, So that is the easy stuff. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go to a new page. And I want you to go into, or here, add not a text. Let's start with the elements. And there's this element right here, which is this particular shape. I want you to select that. Click right here. And first of all, go to the background. I want you to actually make the background dark. Then go to elements and search for a grid. And there's plenty of grids that we can actually utilize. For example, this one. This one is, I see a lot of people using these types of grids. So this one is kind of the viral grid that everybody's using on their YouTube thumbnails. So I'm going to actually go and use this one. All right. I'm going to take this grid and actually just make it bigger and place it there. But at the same time, reduce its transparency and then position it to the very back and lock its position. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this shape. I want you to go to the border weight, increase the border weight, go to the border color, which is black, turn it white, and click on the official color itself of the shape. Make it transparent, like so. And now we have this particular shape, which looks like this, and you can scale it however you want or you see fit. Also, at the same time, you might click here and actually increase the corner rounding, like so, and you can see that this is how the shape looks like. Now, what you want to do, you want to measure this shape by copy pasting it right here. And you want to make sure that it's not touching this face. So you want to make sure it's right here. So go and make sure you check this out. Also, I see that this shape is kind of at the center. So let's put it at the center somewhere around here. But then let's copy it back here. Remove this and click Control V. Then you want to duplicate the same shape. But first of all, I think before duplicating it, I think we need to fill it. So let's go over here and add some text, heading. And you can say, well, for instance, in this case, at the top, it says day 1. So go and add day 1. And I'm not sure what font they have used at the top, but I think I'm going to keep the Mont font. And you want to make this bigger to kind of make it easy to see. Now, they haven't made it this big, but of course, we're not copying them. We're just taking inspiration. And you can place it here. At the same time, you can go and add, some shadows to it if you'd like to, even though it's not really going to make much of a difference. Now you can put this here, and it has to be centered with the shape, like this. And now we can duplicate. And here they're saying estimated revenue. So let's go and write estimated revenue. And you can double click on everything here. Make sure you remove the bold effect. And I can actually go for a different font, such as Montserrat, the normal Montserrat. And basically, you can select this and turn it smaller, maybe like 20. And you can take it, place it here where people can see it. And then you can come over here and basically add the earnings. So I'm going to duplicate this for a second. Add the dollar symbol at the beginning, which is usually what most people do. And then just say something like 0.00. Pretty much this is what they have done over here. And you can reduce the size. Make sure you fit it in, but reduce the size a little bit more. Place it somewhere around here. I'm just going to reduce it a little bit more. Align it with estimated. And now you can lock the shape here just so we can do one thing. I can select everything, try to put it in the center of the shape. And now I can unlock the shape. I think that things are good. And you can look for arrow down. Arrow down. And you can find some arrows down by going to graphics. There's all kinds of arrows. And here what they have used this particular element, only that the color is red. So they changed it because it's custom, so you can change it as well, like this. And you can actually go forward and make it smaller and place it here. You can make it a bit more or a bit smaller than that. And you can paste it right there. And of course, to adjust it, you can actually just move it slightly with your hand. Not with your hand, but with your keyboard. And I think I'm quite satisfied with the way this looks. I'm just going to move it slightly over here. And also this one slightly over here. And I think that we're fine. So now what we're going to do, we're going to select all of this and duplicate. And then drag it to the other side. It should be aligned. And also it should be at the same distance from the wall as the previous one. So we're going to try our best. Okay, I'm trying to align this, but it's kind of difficult. So let's just move this slightly, ever so slightly. And let's just try to keep the same distance. I think I'm going to stop here. And now this says day 31. So I'm going to say, for example, let's just say day 14. All right, day 14. Let's just say estimated revenue is 500 or whatever this is, or 5,000. And here, instead of this pointing down, you can rotate it to the top, at about 180 degrees, or actually minus 180 degrees. And you can click on the color and change it to a green. You can see that color green, and now this is good. So now all we need to do is to click right here on this element, this guy, unlock and copy paste it here, and you can see that we kind of created the same design. Now there's only one challenge, which is basically that arrow over there. So here's how you can do that. We're going to do it with the help of a frame. But first of all, let me show you this. So here, if you go to arrows or arrow up, you'll find pretty much a lot of arrows, and you'll find all these types of arrows, you know, pointing all kinds of ways. Now, what I'm looking for is an arrow evolution, you know, kind of like an arrow that's doing like this in terms of the behavior. So you can see there's plenty of arrows that have this kind of behavior. What I'm looking for is an arrow like that. So I think I would not really be able to find something better than this option. So what you need to do here is you need to actually use frames. Now, first off, duplicate the arrow twice. Then go over here in terms of the elements and look for a frame. We're going to use 2 frames. This frame here, we're going to use it twice. One should take the first half, the first part, and the other should take the other half. So scale it. Now duplicate the other one and place it here. What you want to do, you want to position backward. You want to position this backward as well. And you want to make sure that you try to put the arrow inside. Now, if the arrow cannot be put inside, we need to go and actually make an image of that arrow. The only way to do this is to actually take the arrow first and scale it like this. And this is much better. And then what you need to do is to download that particular arrow. Now, let me just remove that PDF sign. I'm going to download page number 5 with transparency. Okay? Arrow with transparency. And let me show you what I'm going to do. So this is some Canva magic that I'm sharing with you. So once you've downloaded this, go back to this frame file, drag your arrow right over here, and you want to duplicate it. You want to duplicate your arrow twice, right? So hope you got it. So drag the arrow, duplicate it. Once you've duplicated it, put one inside of one frame and one inside of the other, and then double click on your arrow and make sure you fit it in to the screen, and double click on the other arrow and make sure you fit it into the screen. Now you might be thinking, we've done nothing here. It's pretty much the same thing. No, it's not. So click on the arrow on the right side, then click edit, and then select duotone. And then make sure you go for custom, whatever you want to go for. Change the color of the highlights to red. Change this one as well to red. And all of a sudden now the arrow is changed to red. But not only that, there's a smooth transition between the arrows. And now what you can do is you can actually go ahead and select this group. You can copy and you can come back right here and you can click Control V. Now it's going to paste right here, but you can position this by going to layers, and you can position this backward from everything except for, I think, that, you know, that grid. And you can see how this looks right now. So this really does look pretty interesting. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video so far. So this is pretty much the same principle they have used. Now, if you want to kind of like, you know, let's just say add a little bit more effects, you can just click on each image and edit it out by just going into the blurring option, whole image. Remember, you can add maybe a 30 intensity or something like that. And then once you do it for one, you can go for the other image. You can click it. You can just go to, always, if you don't find, or if you can't click it, just go and click it from here. Try to click it from here. And now you've selected it, you can click edit. And then you can go again to blur. And this one also should be about 30. And you can exit. And you can see that right now the arrow is looking, we can see the arrow, but it kind of with that blur, it looks much better. Okay. And so that is pretty much that. I hope that you've actually enjoyed what you've seen so far. And by the way, also, if you want to fill, kind of like what they did, if you want to fill this shape, you can actually duplicate this same shape. And instead of it having a border, this time you can remove the border from it, but you can give it a color, which is same as the background color, you know, kind of like this. And you can put it here to cover the shape itself. But you can make it a little bit smaller, reduce it so that you can still see that you know, white border. You can try to move it, you know, slowly from the top. We can try to cut the edge. From the bottom as well, we can try to cut the edge, and then you can go and position this, you know, at the very back. right here. And you can see now that I can duplicate this shape as well and place it somewhere around here, and then also position it backward from the other shape, which is somewhere around here. And you can see that right now we kind of have created, almost transcended this style of thumbnails. So this is a style that they use a lot, and it doesn't reveal that particular line over there. And if you want as well, you can lock this and try to move this all together a little bit to the top. Now, it didn't select the $5,000, but you can see what I'm talking about is that this is really interesting. It's pretty good. And these thumbnails, they can do really well depending on if you are lucky. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video so far. This was another video that teaches you how to make good thumbnails that you can use for all kinds of purposes. Stay tuned. There is more, there is more, there is more. I keep repeating, there's more. You're going to master everything about thumbnails, so stay tuned. See you in the next video.